outside of here.
I thought you meant like IRL.
No,
That's what I was wondering. I was like, dude, that sounds fucked up.
no, right
Yeah,
here.
you
There was
said you
like
heard
it was like
dogs and gunfire.
A situation I don't want to be in
you could
at
hear
all.
the wolves or something. They're going, and then you could hear the.
That was,
I'm like, all right, cool,
I
man.
guess I
Let's
had
go.
dogs after me in real life. There'd be some gunfire too.
Shit. I was like, bro, you have like Call of Duty zombies going on IRL.
Resident Evil dogs outside.
Hellhound ground.
Is that them motherfuckers that
their souls?
is that them motherfuckers that jumped through the window in that one game? Was that game?
Yeah, one of the OG fucking jump scares.
Yeah, dude, scared the living shit out of me. I remember, I was home by myself.
Shit got a lot of people, dude.
Dude, I was living in this old rickety fucking haunted ass fucking farmhouse. I was home by myself, fuck dead of winter, dark as fuck outside. I decided to play this game because it seemed cool. It was in Chris Peterson's room using his 3DO, if I remember right, is the game he had, the system he had that on. And fucking, they jumped through that fucking window, and I was like, dude, I don't know if I could, this might be too much for me. I don't know if I can handle this game right now.
Yeah.
I still think
it'd absolutely be like that.
I still think that fucking farmhouse was sitting on like a portal to hell or something. There was something funky about that house. Like a portal to an underworld. There was something there, dude. I have the weirdest... We've talked about this. I have the weirdest memories from that place. Like, of a basement or a room that I don't think even existed, but it's fucking real in my head. I remember going there. I know it, but I can't... I just don't know if it was really there. I really don't. Dude, it's the most fucked up thing. And even sitting here thinking about it, in my mind, I cannot differentiate whether that was real or not real.
I hate that shit, dude.
I hate it, and I'm also intrigued by it. I told you guys about the dream I had not that long ago, right? Do you know what Ben, surely you have had to heard this story.
Possibly. What was it?
So, yeah, so when I first moved here from Montana, I lived with my dad for 6 months-ish, or whatever it was. Then I moved in with Chris Peterson, okay? We moved into the old farmhouse. Now, the old farmhouse is... So, me and Jason started coming to Illinois on vacation, I think around the time I was maybe right before high school. I think that might have been the case. So we were pretty young. So this would have been 1988-ish. Well, at that time, this same farmhouse, that's where my dad and Beth and her two kids, Krista and Mark, were living. And that's where we would stay during the summers. In this house, I remember there were two doors that were side by side. One door led to a hallway. Now this is an old farmhouse in the middle of a cornfield, and it's separated. The upstairs is its own apartment, and the downstairs is its own apartment, rented out as such by the farmer who owns the house. Okay, so the door on the left is a door to a hallway that would lead to the front door of the house and or the stairway up to the upstairs apartment. So the front door served as the entrance to the upstairs apartment, and there was that door in the middle that you get out. And there was actually a secondary door in the master bedroom of the downstairs that would also lead out into that hallway to the upstairs. And this is all from my memory, right? And I think that is all pretty accurate. And then the back door had a porch, a little porch on it, and this is
the back door.
This is the porch. This is the porch where, underneath, like if you go out that back door, out of that that porch, or maybe it was still inside that porch. Anyway, you could circle down, and that's where you could go down into the like cellar basement area. That's where I got electrocuted by the fucking hot water heater while standing in water. That I fucking probably could have killed me. I got hit by 220 on that. But anyway, that was later on. So, anyways, back into the house. So now the door on the right is, and I can tell you lots more about this old farmhouse. There's a whole bunch to it, you know. I was always a little bit scared of the barn where, like, Dad would always work on cars and stuff. Like, the back of that barn was, like, super dark and creepy, and it just seemed like you were a long ways from where you could get out, almost like entering a cave. But here's where the fucking whole story gets just fucked, right? The upstairs had its own set of weird things that would occur. But this is all the downstairs apartment. So the door on the right, I'm unclear where it went or if it even ever opened. I don't know. Maybe my mind made something up for it. I don't know. But in my mind, it led down into a basement. Now, this basement was kind of a rudimentary basement, but it was a basement nonetheless. And that, like, there was some stuff down there, and I feel like maybe the laundry was down there. Now, maybe I don't remember for sure. And I remember, like, at the back of it, there was, like, leading off into darkness, there was, like, a path or a tunnel that led off into darkness, and you could, like, go, and I didn't know where it ended ever, and I remember, like, in my mind, I kind of remember going down it a little ways, but never far, and I, for whatever reason, would never, like, have a flashlight, and then later on in my life, like, after having moved out of there, I began having dreams about that place, and in my dreams, I would go down that cave, and then at the back of that cave, there would be, like, it would open up into, like, a living area, like, almost like the inside of an old 70s apartment, but, like, it was kind of busted up a little bit, you know, and then you could, like, go, and there was some furniture and stuff strewn about, and it was almost like there was sunlight there, but it wasn't sunlight really, because you were still underground. And then there was, like, you could go out of that and then out, and then I never really went further than that to figure out what was behind that. I don't remember. But these dreams would happen, like, relatively frequently, and some of them would be in great detail about what I would see, right? And then I hadn't had any of those dreams in a long time, and then I don't remember if I talked about it, and then I think I did. I don't even remember why my brain came back to it, but, like, a few months ago, I had a dream where I went. Somehow I was bike riding, and I was bike riding on the road where the old farmhouse used to be, right? And there was, like, construction going on, and I was kind of, like, navigating my way around, and then I, like, talked to this guy, and then they were working on the house, but they were, like, rebuilding in the house, and, like, or, like, tearing it down, and I couldn't really tell exactly. And so I started talking to the guy, and then he started telling me about how it was too deep, and underneath there was, like, a demon, like almost like a boss, and he was telling me what this demon could do, and, like, what its moves were, if you will. And then some weird shit happened, and, like, walls changed and shit, and then I had to get out of there, and then I abruptly.
This a dream still?
Yeah, this is a whole nother dream. Yeah, thank God. It was really fucked up. And then I woke up thinking, and this is all, and that all had to do with that tunnel that was underneath, that they went down it and they found this fucking demon. And so they were, like, remaking it to block off those fucking things or whatever, or seal him in or whatever. But dude, all of these, and there was a lot of them over the years, were all centered on that fucking doorway in that fucking house. And that house is gone now, so I can't go back and investigate it. The last time I ever stopped there, I was coming home, I think, from maybe a fishing trip or just from my dad's or whatever it was, and I had to pee, And so I got off the main Route 53 and I went over to Rowell Road. I went down and I pulled up in there, and the house was still there. And I pulled up where I would normally used to park, and I just kind of looked at the house. The grass was all tall and fucking wavy. It was after dark, so it was fucking dark out. I really quickly peed right next to my truck, and I got the fuck out of there because I've never been so creeped out in all my life. Just like I felt like no, no chance I'm going in there, dude. Something bad gonna happen. Yep. And that's the last time I was ever there. I wish I had somebody with me and we were brave enough to go inside. I would have loved to see what was behind door number 2.
Yo, I actually would have went in with you if you briefed me on what the boss fight was like.
Like, you want to dispel this debuff, or we're gonna fucking die. Like,
Okay, I got you. Do
I
we
don't-
gotta
but,
arrange anything?
dude,
Does he leave?
I don't know what in the fuck all that was about, but like, I don't think I'll ever have answers. I need to get with my dad one day and have a long talk with him about this fucking room and see if he can bring back any real memory of what was actually fucking there. I didn't train yet, Ben, because I was on that whole story.
dude, you had me for a minute there. I was like listening,
captivating. Yeah,
and
that
then
was
like
great.
it was like, I feel like you should clip that shit because that was kind of
Oh yeah.
that was
Just be
one
like
of them.
stories.
And I'm
Be like
just
story
like,
time.
is
Clip
this
the
a
story
fucking?
time?
Because you started talking about demons and shit, and somebody was talking to me. I was like, hold on a minute. Did he have a run-in with somebody that was just?
Dude, I'm telling you, my mind has got some twisted ass things up in there about that fucking room and the area under that farmhouse. I don't know if there's any reality to it at all, or if over the course of time my mind made it all up. But in my mind, it's real enough that I'm not sure it wasn't actually there. And maybe it was something dude, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't.